We receive a lot of comments throughout the year in the videos, and I have to admit, especially I am really bad in replying in like a decent amount of time. So here's a video with all the comments that are still open that we discussed with you guys here. Thanks for watching. If you don't know me yet, stay tuned, it's gonna be fun. I don't know what's coming up because I'm gonna read the comments anyways. My name is Christoph, subscribe, and here we go. Okay, Bo Ismono is asking, and he's actually commenting on a video which is 3 years old. Wow, 2018, almost 4 years old. 2018 updated comparison G Suite versus Office 365. Now Microsoft 365. Thanks for this video. Although I watched this in 2021, there is still a lot of good info. I am freelance film editor in the advertising industry in Hamburg as well. Hello to Hamburg from Hamburg. And I'm thinking of potentially investing in Google Workspace or Microsoft 365 for predominantly email, but also writing some documents. I wonder what you would recommend a solo freelancer to go with, especially having a bunch of local mails in Apple Mail, especially if you can't migrate Apple Mail to Gmail. Plus, I'm working in a mixed device structure, so iMac as my main workstation, plus an Android phone. Thanks for the insight. All right, Bo, so good question. I would go with Google for now, especially if you do on your own. Search is a very good thing throughout the different devices. It works quite well. If you don't have a lot of clients where you do documents for and all that stuff, this is the way to go. And in the freelance world, I would say Google is the much handier way to handle all that stuff. I have it personally as well, on my iMac and all the different devices, using the Chrome browser, logging in, having the information, finding stuff that is important. And it's not that hard to sync or to like migrate from Apple Mail to G Suite. That works. This is the way I would go. Also still in 2021. Nothing much to add, and there are a lot of videos in the other videos with some hacks in the Google world. Check them out. Next one. Nayat Chukri, I hope I get that right, is commenting under the video with Andrew Huberman. Oh, Andrew, if you're watching, let's have an update podcast. I know you're busy, but a lot of people are commenting. Okay, well, can you fall in love with someone seriously just for their brain? I think there is actually a term for that. Sapiosexual. Yes, you can. Check it out. Sounds exciting. Anton Novo, 2 months ago. Oh, commenting on the Eisenhower Matrix revisited, how I prioritize. This is Workday episode 9. This must be something like 2016? 15? Oh. The question is, what do you actually do? Anton, I run a consultancy, Blackboard it's called, and we did that back then already. It's just that we grew in terms of size and people, and we focus on communication within teams, doing that better, making it better, helping people to work together. This is what we do. Next topic. So these were divers. Jan actually structured all the comments. Now we come to the next folder. It's called iPhone Mini. Oh, comments on the iPhone Mini. Andreas Kummer is asking with the iPhone Mini and iPad Mini. Hi Christoph, thank you for the great video and the content you're putting out. One question about your pocket notebook. Do you still do the 4P method in the morning, or has your note-taking morphed into another practice? Thanks a lot for your feedback and keep up the inspiring work. Ooh, Andreas, you're actually pointing to a video that is from... Or I watched a video still back, so that's in the morning. I think that's in that one. It's January 2018. Oh my goodness. So I have my notebook here. What I did, I mean, in the meantime, a lot of stuff happens, especially my nights are a bit shorter sometimes. not because I sleep less, but because kids are awake or stuff like that. So I make it a bit shorter, I have to say. So I still try to like do a recap of the day before and write down what was good, what was bad, and then prioritize the most important topics for the day. But I learned about time boxing, so not putting to-dos in the book anymore, but actually going to the calendar and have a look like where's actually time to get that stuff done. But what is more important, I go through the notebook quite frequently, like here, and don't show what's in here, but like you can show the colors, and go with a text marker through it to highlight something and go back and reflect and use that for the new ideas. But the most important thing is like what was good or bad yesterday. Like today I write down what was good about yesterday to like kind of keep in mind what did I do, who did I meet, and all that stuff. So similar, not exactly the same method, but I think it's okay to adapt it from time to time. But I still believe in handwriting a lot. There is no backup from this thing. So my backup is actually that you open this up. There's 50 bucks in here. And then it says, be nice and send it back to me and take the rest of the money and have a beer or two. Good. Next. Bautik Patel is asking which apps do you use for your productivity and continuity between Apple devices? Only the Apple apps. I'm not too crazy about productivity apps on the phone. I use, what's it called in English, reminders or to-do? It's called Erinnerung in German. Because if I have the Apple Watch on me, I say, hey Siri, do this and that. And just the notes for now, and then I'm good. No, not much. The calendar is more important actually, productivity-wise, to me.
Your calendar is Google, right?
It's Google, but any calendar. Stefan Wolfsegger. Hey Stefan, good to read from you. Wo gibt's diesen coolen Pulli? It's called Le October. It's an online store. Valle also asked that. Funny. Okay, same here. Carlos is asking, I've been following your videos for a while and have always liked them. Thank you, Carlos. Why did you change from Samsung with DeX to Apple ecosystems? I'm thinking to change from Apple to Samsung, but I would like to ask before making an expensive mistake. Your opinion is highly valued for me. Thank you in advance. Thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate that a lot. Well, I change from time to time to like stay fresh in my mind regarding tech. And I think last summer when I had a bit of time off and was reading, after a couple of days I realized how important hardware and the whole ecosystem in Apple is for them. Many people say you're locked into that, and I wanted to test how good is it collaboration-wise if you have to change places a lot, which you do in a hybrid work world, where you have online meetings, offline meetings, physical, and I believe that we are switching into a more screen shared environment with like all the different screens. You're right, Samsung DeX is a good thing, but back then I wanted to test the iPad Pro with a keyboard, see how this is as a work device, then the smallest option for a phone right now, because the small Android phones I didn't like. So there were a couple of reasons. I would still say Samsung, and the option with Samsung DeX is a good choice, especially if you have everything in the cloud. It's not too important. You should be able to use any phone. So if I take Tessa's phone now, I could go and run and leave Tessa my rosé iPhone. She's good. All right, so we got the next one coming up regarding the iPhone. And comment under the multiple screens versus one big screen iPhone mini follow-up. What size is ideal? Size matters, of course. Robin is asking, I tried to translate, oh boy, now I switch to Samsung Note and now you guys coming up with Apple. Sorry, Robin, it's still fine. Stay with Samsung Note, it's a good thing. I still have it here at the office laying around, but I don't use it every day at the moment going here. But the second part of the question is interesting. He's asking, how do you bring your people to like keep a clean desk policy or minimalism and flexible workplaces? Well, there are three questions in here because all things are different. Clean desk is one thing, minimalism another one, and flexible workplaces a third one. So, clean desk. There is one thing. I mean, not everyone here has clean desks all the time. So the guys know when I come to the office and it looks like messed up, I'm pretty mad usually. And why is that? 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is if you don't clean up your stuff and you cannot show it, why would you bring any professional work? If you're not able to do that, I always say like, what else are you capable of? It's actually the first thing to show I take it seriously, I take it professionally, whatever. So this is important to me. The second reason is actually much more important. I have also a clean desktop, which many people don't have. They have all this stuff on the desktop. If you watch this now and your desktop is not clean. Desktop clean?
No.
Desktop clean? Good. Katis is not clean,
No.
so. Clean it up because clean desk or clean desktop means you also have a clear mind and like can focus on the important stuff, because everything that is laying around somewhere takes a bit of your attention away, no matter if it's on the desk or somewhere else. It's the same like if you if you work in your bedroom and this is also not clean up, you will sleep much worse. We know from many people sharing that, so that's a good argument. Minimalism is a totally different story. You don't need to be necessarily minimalist, because this is as well something people try to enforce a little bit too hard. I would challenge at the moment if I am that. I would say yes, other people would say no, and if you have a family around it, it's even much harder. So there are better people to comment on that one. Flexible workplaces, I mean, that's especially the thing. If it's not possible that you work on any place, something's wrong with your work setup. Sometimes I need a large screen and then you go there, sometimes I don't, and then you like leave it. So I would test it, give it a try, it feels good. Next one, Alex Howie. I hope I spell it right, Alex. Quite simple iPhone mini review. We want a detailed review. Do you miss your Note 10 Plus? There are moments I miss it, yes. I miss the pen. I miss some of the features. But not too many at the moment, especially the form factor. This kills it. It really kills it. Since you have to carry around your phone all the time now, with all these Corona passes and all that stuff on it, form factor kills it. But I don't think we make a detailed review right now, right here. That was the iPhone mini comments. Next one. Leica Monochrome. Oh, one comment, good, still. How a monochrome camera changed the way I take photos. Okay, Bar Erf. Photography has become perverted by technology. Imagine questioning what type of brush Da Vinci used to paint the Mona Lisa. Well, yeah, there is a point, but I mean, technology is moving forward. If you look into the film industry and all the stuff that's possible, there are a lot of people being nostalgic, like Quentin Tarantino still making films on film and producing on 70mm, which is wow, I love it, I can appreciate it. And there are people doing great things with a red camera, like, what's this guy called from Transformers?
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay, super successful. Jan is taking film on film photos. And there are people being creative on this. I don't know, leave it to Da Vinci and Michelangelo and whoever you want. These guys leverage the technology of the day, and Michelangelo went to the most he knew about painting when he painted the Mona Lisa. He was looking into how do people receive the difference between contrast and color. This is why the Mona Lisa looks smiling, because the eye focuses in a different moment on the contrast than on the color, for example. So this is why, whatever, there are good videos about it. Or using the different techniques to make the color, or using techniques for perspective. I don't know, forget about the fucking brush, but he became creative on the last piece of what he knew. So he put everything he knew into this painting. This is interesting. And
I think Da Vinci worried a lot about which brush he used.
Exactly. And but I appreciate the question. I appreciate the question because it's always important to then focus on the image. And for me personally, this is my camera of choice, this is my weapon of choice. I tested other cameras, the boys tested other cameras, and I'm good with that one, I'm fine. What I learned right now is how to make a decent actually file for printing the image. This is a whole different story. Also about technology, love that question. And there's, what's this channel with all the different painters? Great Art Explained. Love it, check it out, good channel. Okay, this is regarding meditation in Hinak. Oh, I need to call Hinak. Ooh. Take a break for a 15-minute guided meditation. Susanna Brewers is asking, nice idea in the morning. What if you're a single parent with kids? Oh, Susanna, I can feel you so much when I have this, like, the same situation, parent with kids, and like, well, let's not go too much into detail. I have my kids quite often, and then in the morning, and I'm on my own. Two things I do, three things I do. Sometimes I skip it, and I don't feel bad about it. Sometimes I wake up earlier and do it up until they wake up, but they wake up early. And third option, I teach them bit by bit. And they get better at it, not to interrupt. And if they do, it's again an exercise. Bobas is asking, can we just from the... What? Can we just form the Yeti order together? Can we just form the Yeti? No, I'm not a Star Wars person. No, but we can, of course, if you want. John Ayre is asking, these guys are literally Yeti Masters, love you guys. What is about this Yeti Master thing? I know, it's cool. Okay, guys. The one more is coming. Capella Terrace, when he said count, Doku? Also, Doku comes to my mind. He's so looking like quite King Jin in how I can't stop thinking it's Star Wars. Namaste, Yeti Master. May the Force be with you. But that's another video. Oh boy, I definitely should switch professions, I'm pretty sure. Let's start a meditation channel actually. Metaverse, oh god. Nigar, I hope I get that right, is asking, I am the only one who feels sad and scared. No, I guess you're not. I mean, this book, Ready Player One, is a dystopy. But, I mean, take it from this side. Usually it never gets as worse, as bad as people think. And quite often also not as good as people think, so it might get in some direction. But to me, technology always was a thing where I got excited to like do stuff with it, and what I try is not to get blocked from the opinion I have related to certain things. So if someone comes up with an idea, first of all, I try to keep it in an open way. There are two ways you can do that. You can tighten up and make an idea smaller and like with a comment, with all that stuff. You remember this German curve video I made, this magic curve? Maybe we showed that on here, I don't know, there was a video about it. Or you stay open and broaden the idea, but no, you're not the only one. I have scared parts in it as well. Premium meeting setup. One comment on premium meeting. Appcraft, if that's not the name. Do you have thoughts for a good budget option? Yes, I do have an idea, and we make a video for it. Yeah, you will find some options. What comes after the smartphone video? Comments. If the metaverse is really supposed to take off in the next 10 to 20 years, it has to base on smartphones. Everyone has one, and if companies make accessories for the phone like smart glasses, it could potentially really be the next step. Yes, I read about the ideas that Apple is having on AR glasses and that the phone is actually the thing to connect with. I think you're right. I think we're at the beginning, or still at the beginning of the what's possible with the smartphone phase. And if you look around here in the office, Kati's on her phone, Hannah's on the phone, everyone's on the phone all the time. So, I mean, this really shows like what is happening. And yeah, I agree. I think it's the thing to look at. But become creative. Not just like we need an app for that, but like what do you actually do with it? When do you do it? When you can't put it away and all that stuff. There's stuff we really need to look at closely. Mark is asking, is it cheating to use a Samsung phone plus DeX with monitor attached for the mobile only setup? No, it's not.
Mobile challenge.
Ah, the mobile challenge. Yes, that's cheating, of course. Yes, I mean, I had that before, so there is a Samsung DeX video, and this has been my work setup a long time, but this is then not mobile only. But I have to admit, I need to switch screens all the time for the different work modes. I get along with that, but in some cases, for example, if I want to do long texts and it's in public, I don't like using speech to text in public for a text because you kind of need to talk a bit creepy. Looks like American Psycho.
I mean, I guess I'm a pretty sick guy.
Zoom questions. Okay, Elma Reckman is asking, as always a pleasure, thank you Elma, please tell me something about the books right next to you. Are you sure these were the books?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I received that as a gift for Christmas actually, from a guy traveling with his very cool T3 bus van life. Having these cool images in here, like where he's always sharing like one cool location, one picture and a short story. Very inspiring if you love traveling by van like I do and having my best vacations. This is a book where people talk about the office of the future, and there are people in here like this crazy dude explaining what the office of the future looks like and why his hair looks like the way it looks. Very good recommendation. We still have books on this one here if you need that. What is this one actually? Ah, that's the cookbook I was missing. It's good that we have it at the office and not at home. And this one, we had that. So, but there are many more books here. But I think these were the books. Thanks guys for the question, and sorry for being so late in replying. I hope you still liked it, and I would say we do it more often. If you comment more, then we do a video like this. We had this Ask Me Anything series. Maybe we do a best of Ask Me Anything. Ooh, there's a challenge. Make sure you subscribe, watch another video, and see you guys next week.